Democrat Congresswoman AOC joining federal workers this week, rallying against President Trump and Elon Musk cutting government waste.
We have a sworn duty to this nation to resist oligarchy, including any billionaire that tries to undermine our Constitution. He thinks he's got a bank account with a lot of zeros in it, that it makes him some kind of super citizen. I don't think so.
OutKick host Tomi Lahren joins us now with her reaction. Hey, Tomi.
Great to see you, Ainsley. I think AOC honestly would go anywhere that there was a camera. But I'll tell you, it's really hard to garner the sympathy of most Americans out there. When I never saw AOC protesting in the streets or so enthusiastic about those who had to close their businesses forcibly during COVID, those that had to choose between employment and a vaccine that they didn't want during COVID, or the thousands of people in my home state of South Dakota that instantly lost their jobs on the Keystone XL pipeline when President Biden closed that project within hours of being in office. I never saw her too enthusiastic or disgruntled then. So please, AOC, spare me.
Yeah, but I bet she'll spend that $5,000 check that DOGE might release to her, and many of those progressives will do the same. This is what was surprising to us. Mayor Pete, he came out looking more like a moderate. Listen to this.
If we were more serious about the actual values and not caught up in vocabularies and trying to cater to everybody only in terms of their particular slice of combinations of identities versus the shared project, things like diversity would be actually an example of how we reach out beyond our traditional coalition.
He said the Democrats were too heavy-handed, basically, and there's an article in the AP that says Mayor Pete might weigh running a Senate or even for president. So we'll have to see about that. But do they not have anyone else, Tomi?
Well, they really don't. But I'll tell you this, Mayor Pete is smarter than most Democrats. At least he gets it that they have a messaging problem and a messenger problem. But I would say beware, folks, because it wasn't too long ago that a candidate Biden stood on a stage with a bunch of radical Democrats and preached to be a moderate. And we saw how that turned out. So it's great that he's recognizing the writing on the wall. I don't necessarily trust it. And if Mayor Pete is all they have to win back male voters and to win young people, I think we're in a pretty good spot over on the Republican side.
Okay, thank you so much. You can watch new episodes of 100 Days with Tomi Lahren. It airs Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Nation. Have a great weekend, Tomi. Thank you.